Welcome back, fake genetic freaks. We getting back. We getting back to regular posting. Hopefully, I just had a lot of stuff going on, but I am definitely taking a step back, and so I'm getting back into the posting. I have still been training very hard, but just a few things happened where I either forgot the battery of the camera or whatnot, or I just my sprint workouts were just a lot of yard games like spike ball or other stuff like that, or one of these days I went over, and if you see the Instagram, I just decided to go for a clean max, which was pretty awesome. I'll kind of talk a little bit about that, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about how to train and just work out when you have busy schedule. I think that's a pretty important thing, and that's what the most dedicated people have figured out how to do well. And then also the sled poles are getting a little too light, so I might be adding weight. Usually it's 100 pounds on the second set or whatever, but I think it's been getting too light, so I might need to up it, even though it's still a warm-up. But yeah, so I want to talk about the clean first. So one thing, if you look in the video, you can see my hands are chalked up, which is super helpful for me. There's just I know that it helps with grip a lot, but there's also a confidence thing for me. The bar just feels softer when I have chalk on the bar, which makes it feel lighter to me. I think that's probably just a placebo, but it really happens and it really works. So yeah, once I used chalk, it was a pretty easy. I did I power cleaned, not a full clean. I power cleaned 250, which is definitely a huge PR. I think the most I've ever actually power cleaned is 225. So I did not even drop it into a full squat, but it was awesome. Attempted 260, but I legitimately think I just need a higher front squat, and I'm pretty sure I have gone up to 255, but I would never it's just different when you can lower it slowly down and get into the right position versus a clean when you're catching it at the bottom. But yeah, that cleans are going up. My hang cleans, we're feeling really good. I've been doing more of the longer or more reps in the sets, and so I feel like it's been really helping me out a lot. And then I also started doing the jump squats to get me into that elastic phase. And I know I said I was going to do a lot of, depth jumps and stuff, but I'm kind of thinking that since I only do about 40 max approach jumps per week, that I think I want to actually just, instead of doing exercises like depth jumps, I want to just do more approach jumps, because it's super specific, and I don't feel like I'm actually getting that much specificity when I only do 20. But yeah, the goal, as you can see on these, is to hit my head on these things. And so I think this is 95 pounds right now, which, yeah, I can imagine being a bigger dude and trying to jump. It is hard. 95 pounds is not a lot. I can throw 95 pounds, but once it's on you, once it's with you, part of you, it's a lot harder to jump up. But yeah, I don't remember what else I wanted to talk about besides how to train in busy times. So first things first, the most ideal, if you have a perfect world, you're not busy at all, the most important time to train is going to be whenever you just feel the most energy, when you can put the most effort into it, and then your body can recover at the times that it wants to, because you don't really want to be, taking it easy when your body has a bunch of energy, and vice versa. You don't want to be going super hard when you're just drained. But that's not the case. Not everybody is a 5-year-old just running around doing whatever for the whole day with the most amount of energy. A lot of people have jobs, a lot of people have kids, whatever. I don't have either of those right now, so I'm kind of just chilling in the summer life. But as I get a job, and as I've done just a lot of different things, where I can, I've been on the like swim team where I have to have like 10 plus hours of practice plus school plus like hard classes plus clubs or whatever plus other responsibilities that I have to do. It's really important for me to find the time, and I'm an avid believer that if you're running out of time to train, it's better, like if you have to sacrifice your sleep versus training, most of the time it's better to actually train. I think your body just sleeps better after you train, so you're kind of getting the bang for your buck. I know if you lose whatever an hour of sleep because you have to train, obviously that doesn't add up. Like the harder that you're sleeping because of how hard you trained does not equal an hour extra of sleep, but it changes a lot about how you like see things, like how you feel throughout the day. So I think it's like overall a benefit to rather just go, wake up early in the morning or whatever. I think it's also really important to, if you want to be somebody who trains a lot and you want to be somebody who trains while they're busy, you have to make it a priority. Like you have to have it as something that's planned. You can't just go in and be like every day, whenever I have the free time, because sometimes that free time is when you are feeling horrible and you just can't get yourself to do it. But as you keep training and as you keep doing it, I'm at the point where I can go feel like absolute booty cheeks, and then just still go train because I know that's what's gonna get me to where I want to be. I'm gonna feel better a few weeks down the road when I feel like that training's really kicked in. But I'm not somebody who I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna feel better after this, because sometimes when you're on 2 hours of sleep or whatever, it is not a good feeling. But yeah, also, if that's kind of another side tangent, if you are on like a lot of if you're in a place where you have not gotten a lot of sleep, so maybe you go camping, whatever, you have just somebody who's in college, if you have like a final or whatever, you have to stay up and you're not going to be able to sleep. You get 1 hour, no hours, 2, 3 hours, whatever. I still think it is very important to train that day. And I know your body's going to feel horrible, but I think it's really good to just kind of continue to train. I think it's really good, even though you might get sick or whatever. I think it's still better to train in those days than if you were to just not, because either way, on that day, you're kind of going to be sluggish. You're going to be just like moping around. You're just going to feel horrible the whole day, so why not just make it worse? Not really, but like, why not put in a little bit of training, because it's not going to be fun, and training isn't always fun, so you can't just keep going off of the high of it. But yeah, I think it's really important to do that. I'm somebody who will train on whatever amount of sleep, unless it is really bad, unless it's been like very consistently horrible. If I get like 2 hours in a night more than one time, more than 2 times in a row, I don't think it's actually good to train. I think it's good to sleep. But if it all kind of just depends on your situation. But I will definitely go train if I've gotten 1 hour of sleep or whatever. And I know my body thanks me for it later, even though it's getting pushed to the absolute minimum or maximums. I know it'll thank me later, and I know I'll be more prepared, because honestly, your body, sometimes you feel horrible, but your muscles are just really actually working pretty well. Like, I know my cousin, he's pretty strong. He's a really big guy, but I know he squats over 500, deadlifts definitely over 500, benches in the threes, I believe. But I think he hit 500 on squat on like an hour of sleep. There's something about adrenaline. There's something about just, you're not actually that, not a lot of sleep from one night does not actually do that much to your body. You're still strong. You're still ready to go. So it's just kind of different in that way. And then another thing I wanted to talk about is, first off, those Smith machine squats. I hate them with a burning passion. I hate Smith machine squats. There's no way to move around. Like, you can't change where you're positioned. It's just like you can't lean over to either side. If you're off balance, you just kind of have to push, and it's horrible. And you can't go down all the way because it's just different. I actually just, it makes me so mad. And the lack of stability, like, you don't gain the stability of stuff like these squats right here. I don't know why, it just makes me so angry. And it doesn't feel like real weight because the bar is not even 20, it's not even 45 pounds. So I'm just cooked. But yeah, for the rest of the workout, I did my 2 strength sets on, what do you call it? On the Smith machine. And then I went into, instead of doing, like 4-ish sets of hypertrophy, I did a giant set, and I put the timer on for 5 minutes, tried to get as many reps as I could in that time as possible with 225. I think I ended up with 27, I want to say. I will have to recheck that and make sure. But yeah, it was really good. I was hitting I don't know, triples? No, I think I started out with like 5 or something, and then I just slowly went down in reps, but I was just trying to crank them out as much as I could, and it worked out pretty well. I felt really good about like how much volume I got in, but I was not super sore at the end of it, so it's okay. But I think that's probably less than 4 sets of squats with like 8 reps or whatever. So I think I'll probably add up some more time instead of just a 5-minute timer, which I think will be really beneficial. Yeah, I think I did sets of 5 or 4. Yeah, sets of 4. But yeah, I think like I tried a 10-minute. That was brutal. Like with front squats, first off, my hands, like holding the bar up there, was so hard, and like on my back. And also, I've been getting lower back pumps from squats, which is really weird. Like my spinal erectors are really firing on these squats, which is, I think it's probably pretty good. That means I'm doing more of a high bar, I believe. But yeah, I think it's just kind of depends. But yeah, these giant squats, I'm actually really, really liking them, and I will continue to do these probably for the rest of this cycle. And I think I'm just gonna keep upping the volume that I can do with these, and it'll actually be super easy to do it this way, just because I can add 30 seconds or whatever, or I could just add a little bit of weight, shoot for a new number of reps. It just kind of depends, but I think it'll be really great. Yeah, what else? Oh, I gained some weight over these last few days. So yesterday I was jumping, and probably was only jumping like 31-inch vert or something, which is 3 inches lower than my max. But I think it's a lot of just like very low specificity. I haven't been jumping. I've been doing a lot more sprinting, horizontal stuff, just during games, any kind of games that I'm doing. And I think my body was a little cooked from sleep. I think that's one of the things that gets affected way more, while lifting doesn't really get affected by a lack of sleep. I think sprinting, running, jumping, whatever, those things take a hit. But also gaining close to 10 pounds in a few days also makes it harder to jump, for sure, as you can imagine. But yeah, I'm about to go hit another workout, so that'll be posted soon, I guess. Yeah, see you guys.